bienvenidos aquí a Cinemática con Vivir en el Poblado. Hoy tenemos a Apichatpong Weerasethakul. Él es el director de la nueva película aquí colombiana que se llama Memoria. Esta fue ganadora del premio Jurado en Cannes del 2021 y por fin nos llegó aquí a Colombia después de mucha espera, porque las salas acá en Colombia se demoraron mucho en abrir. Entonces vamos a hacer esta entrevista en inglés, les dejaré la traducción aquí abajito. Entonces aquí comencemos. Hi, Apichatpong.
Hey, I'm good.
Do you prefer to be called Apichatpong or Joe or Joey?
Joe, Apichatpong.
Api.
People call me Api here. Yeah.
Yeah, I realized because speaking with Diana Bustamante, who is the producer, she was like been calling you constantly Api, which I find very comfortable and pleasing.
I like it because it's like happy.
It sounds like happy. It sounds like a happy name. So I've been looking at people talking about your films and your general knowledge about making films, and you obviously started with architecture, studying architecture, and then you moved into making films. But I find that a lot of people that go into the film business or like making film actually do have like that moment where they click and they decide to change paths. But when was that moment for you? Because you decided to go through architecture, and that is like some sort of art, but making films now is a different kind of making art.
Well, I always want to make films. Maybe not necessarily as a director. I just want to be in the film business. And there's no option when I was in Thailand. I was in a small town, so I choose architecture, which is my second love.
Yeah.
So, and then after architecture, I switched to like film in Chicago, and that I discovered experimental film. This kind of personal inspiration to moving images, and then went back to Thailand and developing from that. Yeah. So it's always cinema.
It's always been cinema, your true love then?
From the beginning.
Nice. I think it's mine too.
Yeah.
Yes. And watching your film, because I was able to watch it the first time that they showed it here in Beijing, which was Wednesday last week. I got this feeling in Colombia. I haven't lived all my life in Colombia, but seeing it through your eyes was how I used to see it when I was a kid, which was just very safe somehow, or just like something that just brings back the memories of my childhood pretty much. And that is maybe why the name of the movie, Memoria, and like you also working not only with your memories, but the people that you built this movie with.
Right.
So could you tell us a little bit about that?
It's interesting that you have said, because for me it's quite comfortable movie to sit through, but sadly not. I just feel that there's something underneath that's trembling.
It's just like a constant questioning, right?
It's almost, questioning or even lamenting, or I just feel like the earth is crying in this film. Yeah, and this character, played by Jida, just walking and trying to make sense of this noise and this land that is not stable. And maybe she's trying to find herself. We don't know. So I think that's the whole feeling I got, or try to express from my experience journey, from the journey in 2017 to 2018 in Colombia.
Maybe safe isn't the word, you're right. Because I did, like, once I got out of the theater, I was like, I was just trying to make sense of like all the little pieces, the conversations, especially the dialogues. I feel like are so important in this movie. And Diana mentioned in the interview on Monday that we're very like that the dialogues that the actors are interpreting are very punctual and that they act it just as pretty much as in the script. Is that true, or how do you work with the scripts and dialogues?
True in a sense that I had a script, but then when we rehearse, I try to adapt and change the script, or sometimes change on the spot, but not often. Maybe change a day or two before, to accommodate the feelings of the whole film, but we shoot in chronologically the film. So during the moment of shooting, yes, there's certain strictness of delivering the line, and I feel like it's reflecting something immediate, that they I wrote it, if it's not right for the better, someone will change. So, and the fact that we shot it long take, sometimes 14 minutes, 15 minutes, but we shot 35mm film, so it's like run out of film. So the actor has to be, not remembering but also thinking.
And feel and just yes.
So that's taking a moment, take.
Since this is a movie that is so full of those memories, I know that some of them are from you, some of them are from the people that were in the movie that you started on this creation process. And do you have any that are just very, very symbolic and important for you?
Doing the memory?
Yes, and the dialogues from the memories, something that you can really say that is yours in those memories.
I think mine is maybe the process, the whole thing, but for certain dialogue, I think mostly the one that I cherish, from the journey. Maybe the one that in mind that Jessica, when she tried to explain what this sound was like, to Erna, the sound engineer.
To Juan Pablo Urrego.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's struggling, trying to find the sound, and when she found it, there's a certain kind of shock in her expression. I think the way she walked, all these things, that's me. It's not about spoken text, but the way of the heart.
Very much indeed, because I know that you really care about sound in your films. And this one, I feel like the sound itself is kind of like a protagonist or a very important character in the film.
Right.
And I feel like through the darkness that you take us right those first 5-10 minutes of the film, and she hears the sound for the first time, I think, in her bedroom. I feel like it's a beautiful scene that also at the same time you just feel very much like claustrophobic in a way. So why is sound so important in your films?
Well, because it started from sound, In other films, I might start from certain memories or on certain occasions. But for this film, it started from the sound that I heard in my head, like Jessica's. And I just feel like this connected everything. It started to be from this experience. And it's a sense that the audience embody. It's become part of the watching the experience. At a certain point, actually, the audience is like Jessica, that she's listening. And when we contrast with some loud noise or some music, then nature, birds, tree, bus, all these things, and people become heard. And I think that's why you said that. It's very important.
It's so important. Because you feel the movie in a different way. Because I feel like also the sound is part of it, like the silence is part of the sound. And you have very long takes. It's a static camera pretty much, like trying to make you feel all those things through the silence too.
Yes. To be in that moment together.
Yeah.
And I think that surprised me a lot because I didn't understand until I was in Cannes. Other people tuned out and then when the movie ends, there's something that I heard that this is maybe the reason, or the goal, which is the connection, and especially when we are in the pandemic. To watch the film together, to listen together, this simple activity has become very beautiful. I think that resonates. That's me.
Yeah, I feel like you make movies that are not the typical like big industry Hollywood kind of thing because you feel like you have something to say and maybe you want to like move some fibers inside of people to just constantly make themselves question about the role in society, the role like as a human, the past or the present and the future, where they're going to, or
Not that grand, not that ambitious. I just feel that the basic thing is just to be and to understand also that film watching is an illusion, is something that we need fiction like. It's like a dream that we need to dream. So to just be and how you say to know that story is not the main concern of filmmaking. It can be it could be alternative way to feel. Sometimes you don't need to understand or even like coming out and say what is the movie about, I cannot answer as well.
yeah.
It's an experience.
It's an experience, and your movie, especially in Memoria, I feel like it was definitely an experience. I had a friend that I went to watch the movie with. He's like, well, I'm very glad that we're gonna get to watch this together. Yes, finally, like, I'm gonna get to go with someone that really knows like your filmography and your work. So once we got out, I was just like trying to like reprocess everything. And one of the questions was the two male characters, both were called gana. And one is young and the other one was old. And one question that we had is that like the interpretation of youth and then like the wiser, older version of the same man? Or?
I don't know. There's many things that I don't know. And that's a beautiful thing, I come here, know about many things, I don't know the language. Until that, it's the same. You say, oh, this is beautiful. Because sometimes we need to know, we need to get online and get all the answers. So it's okay, let's embrace this not knowing. And when we shot the film, like my other films too, I prefer not to know the background of the character. How long ago that her husband died? When did she last, come to Bogota? We don't know. I don't care, So just at that moment, just walk or just feel. That's the key.
Yeah.
But urban, of course, it's something that we can talk about. The fluidity of memory and also of passion. She could, both of them may be an illusion that it's her memory or hallucination. I don't know. So and it's okay.
Yeah, because that last moment with Equilias, the older one, is very much that. Like sometimes you're like, but how did she end up in this situation? And sometimes it's true. Like, why would you need an explanation for that? More than it's the conversation and feelings and just talking about memories on its own. Yeah, it could be that. I don't know, but because this actually just makes me think of. Like when you're writing a script, pretty much, like you're starting with the idea. I heard that Ina mentioned that around 2004, you started talking about wanting to do something about hallucinations and about dreams, and like something together, doing something together. How do you know once it's ready? Like you materialize this idea and make it happen?
Here in Colombia.
Yeah?
I came from 15, and then was had a chance to travel and to talk to people, especially people with traumatic experience.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many stories behind the work that for me making the film is about reduction to something very minimal, but the background which actually has come out as a book also. This is song called Memoria as well. So that's an accumulation of ideas a few months ago.
Nice. Okay. And now that you're mentioning that coming here to Colombia and before we started the interview, I mentioned like about you and your Spanish skills, and you told me that you wanted to like dive in a little bit deeper. So you're planning on filming a little longer in Latin America?
Yes, definitely. There's something that I don't know. There's something I try to be that I maybe in my class.
Maybe you were like in your class.
Well, there's something for somebody else that I want to grow, but then I still haven't been. That first goal, the thing I was stuck in the town, I started, I love it. And so this feels to me like there's a long journey waiting ahead.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. Well, I have like questions about like, because you really aim to help those people that want to create like more artistic films and more films that explore different ways of art. Do you think that there's like a very inserted and like deep need for those kind of films right now, just to verbalize something specific?
Well, we always need individual voices and something honest, about life experience, which maybe there's a lesson there because of the channels that happening, the streaming and all these things. Suddenly it's almost like a gold rush, like, we need this new Netflix or whatever. So there's a certain excitement that you go there, and sometimes you need to conform into that and that. And I feel like, sometimes we forget that this kind of personal thing that doesn't really make because of that kind of, you say, platform or that kind of, I don't know, that agenda. Something personal agenda could be, still be precious. Yeah. So that's why I champion for that, and also to watch cinema. That's important for Memoria. The film is designed for that side, and also the sound of the cinema theater.
Yes. Well, definitely. Like watching Memoria, I understood that this is the kind of film that you need to watch just with all the bells and whistles. Like you have to have a good screen, a good projector, very good sound, because that's the way that you're going to be able to absorb all its beauties. I wanted to ask you because we know, and you've mentioned in previous interviews, that obviously there's a conflict in Thailand that also makes making films very complicated, or that we have very strict parameters in making films in Thailand.
Yes, because we have several challenges. Yes, it's quite suffocating. Because of the military rule and ultra conservative society, and there's a big moral thing that I think like a straight jacket. But for me, if I want to make a film about in Thailand now, it has to be something about politics, because it's really kind of pronounced, still high, it's open. Yes. But I cannot, because there's a lot of laws that I cannot repeat. So that's why Colombia, and I told myself that I should have done this a long time ago, because it's such a liberating experience.
That you might find here in Colombia or other countries.
Right. And what I mentioned before about not knowing something.
Well, your movie is going to launch here in Colombia starting on the 30th of September in different movie theaters, and we're just very excited because it's a very big honor for our country to be part of this, especially in the movie industry who has had very moments of being backed up and being restrained. Yes, it's been very difficult for our country to make films, especially like to get to Cannes. Yes. And is this movie does it take place around like the 70s, 80s, or is it also kind of like
It's timeless.
It's timeless, right?
1,000 years ago.
Because I read that in a like someone that did like a review about it, and I was like, no, it's not. It feels like very like, it could happen yesterday. In my opinion.
That's the thing about this film. I think it's really can be any time, or it doesn't belong to any time. It's like a dream in a way.
Well, lastly, what do you expect from Memoria, especially here in our country, just in closing off?
No, I'm really happy because I felt that it belonged here. And when I was looking at the trailer and looking at the poster in the cinema in Bogota, and I feel like, oh, it's a local movie, you know. And sometimes I forget that I made it. And the thing is, if it's shown in Thailand, I think it will feel really foreign. It's not Thai. It doesn't feel Thai. It doesn't feel at all local. So it's such a strange feeling and also an honor to me. The chance and the support.
So wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Pleasure.
And we hope that you make a lot more movies and you stay around. And well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah, improve my Spanish.
You will. I have no doubt about that.
Thank you.
Bueno, eso fue todo. Muchas gracias por estar acá con nosotros en Cinemática. Hasta la próxima. Chao.
Bye.